My name is David Woods, and I am the curator of the exhibition Hidden Blackness, Edward Bannister, 1828 to 1901. This painting is called Approaching Storm, in which we have a traveler heading along a country path, probably heading home as the wind swirls. The painting is very intriguing because you can literally feel the sense of the drama of a storm coming through. Very heavy in pastel, strong tonal qualities, and you can almost feel the wind, coming through the trees and the grass and the path, and the traveler, of course, struggling to walk forward, holding his hat so it doesn't blow off. And so what strikes you about it is sort of the unity between the action of nature and nature itself, all captured in a sort of a swirling mass of paint and pastiche and technique. I was aware of Bannister when I was a child, actually, at age 14, listening to an American radio station where his name was mentioned as the first black person of African descent to win a major art prize in North America. They mentioned that he was born in New Brunswick, and that was amazing to me because I had never heard of any artists from the Maritimes, black artists from the Maritimes, who had achieved in my own community, and here was somebody being mentioned on the American radio station. And it fascinated me that somebody had reached that level of achievement. Most important to me is the fact that this young man born in St. Andrews, he was orphaned at age 16. He lived in a barn for many years because, he didn't have parents, and I think he worked with his mother's employer, Henry Hatch. But he always had a passion for art, and he never allowed the circumstances of his life to dim that passion, to come from the background that he did, a poor boy from St. Andrews, New Brunswick, and never allowing, he was painting at a time when there was still slavery in the United States. Yeah, so you can imagine where people were still in discussion as to whether black people were human. So above and beyond all this, he persevered, and the passion of his desire to be a great artist superseded everything.
Sometimes I think you can get kind of caught up in Bannister's story because he's such an interesting person and really wonderful figure, historical figure. He's also a really great artist. So I hope that they come for the story, are impressed with the art, and then want to learn more about the history of black artists in Canada and in the region.
The fact that he's been so completely ignored by the Canadian art establishment and Canadian art historians is very puzzling to me, because if you Googled his name, for example, in the United States, you would find galleries named after him, you'd find buildings named after him, you'd find collections at the Smithsonian, which was borrowed for this, and yet there's been no translation of that into actually elevating the man in his home province. So rather than dwell on that, we at least are able to say that this is the very first exhibition in Canada, and hopefully through the promotion of his name and his life and his achievements, that he will be celebrated in his homeland.